Hello. Welcome. This is my name is Kirsten Morley. We are doing emotion code sessions. So if you are watching this on replay, go ahead and comment hashtag replay if you are, and let me know where you're from. I would love to know where people are actually watching this from, because I honestly have no idea. But super excited that you are here. Welcome. And we are going to get started. Today is July 3rd. Tomorrow is July 4th. Happy 4th for everybody. I don't know if I'm going to get on tomorrow because I plan on having family come to town, but so exciting. So we are going to get started. So if you'd like to enter to win, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway, and we will get started. So basically, for those people who have no idea what it is that we do here, it is called the emotion code. I'm also certified in the body code and belief code. Hi Jess, how are you? Basically what this is this energy healing technique that helps you identify and literally release negative trapped emotional energies. Trapped emotions are like balls of energy that get stuck inside of your body, causing they're basically harmful emotional energies from negative past events. And these balls of energy, I believe, can cause a lot of issues. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort. And so what that does is that when you, so like headaches, back pain, lower back pain, pinky pain, so that's like all physical. And then we have mental. So that's anxiety, depression, there's also emotional. So if you feel like a lot of emotional, like grief, sadness, anger, like all those things. And then spiritual. So sometimes there's a lot of spiritual things that happen, but by releasing the trapped emotions, it actually makes conditions right for your body to heal itself, because your body is made to heal. But a lot of the time these emotions get in the way of allowing your body to heal the way it's meant to. So when you release the trapped emotions, a lot of the times the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain or discomfort either goes away completely or it becomes a lot more manageable. So that's the gist of the emotion code. And one thing I do like to talk about is the heart wall. If you have any of these 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall: anxiety, depression, PTSD, low energy, fatigue, major health issues, foggy mission in life, relationship issues. This is like giving or receiving love, and then abundance and wealth issues. If you have any of these 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall. So what is a heart wall? So when you go through trauma or abuse, a lot of the times it's almost like these trapped emotions that are created. I don't know if you've ever heard of the term broken heart syndrome, but broken heart syndrome is like an actual medical term where it's like a spouse dies and then you're like literally dying from a broken heart. It's like your heart ripping apart. Well, your body has a self-defense mechanism to prevent that. So what it does is it scoops up those emotions and places layers over your heart, creating this wall. And so, again, those 10 typical symptoms is typically what manifests from that. And then by releasing the heart wall emotion by emotion, typically taking anywhere from 3 to 5 sessions to release it completely. And then once it's gone, then those 10 typical symptoms either go away completely or they become a lot more manageable. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Did Elle make it back? I don't know. I forgot what we did for her. Was that nightmares? That's right. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second. Dun, dun, dun. I actually need to do a session for myself on brain farts. That's gonna sound so funny, but I need to do a session for myself because that happens way too often recently. Probably from postpartum stuff, but that's okay. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, there it is. Okay, so today is the 3rd of July. Thank you so much for sharing the live. I really appreciate it. When you guys actually share, it helps me help more people. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to follow me here on TikTok. So if you want to come back, then you'll be able to do that. And then follow my Instagram, my YouTube, and all of my other social media platforms. That way I can keep doing this for free. So let's see. I don't know that many people are going to be on tonight because like 4th of July festivities are going to be happening, but I am on tonight because I want to help. So, by the way, I don't know if any of you have seen my toxic relationship series, but I am this close to filming to like figure or to finishing up the next portion of the series. I was gonna try and have it done before I finished like posting it, but it just didn't happen. But I'm really excited for it because there is so much good information on there that I'm like so excited. All right, let's get to it. So if you'd like to enter to win, again, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway. And then if you've already had a session with me, we're just gonna move on to the next person just because I want people to experience this as many as we possibly can, if that makes any sense. So, dun, 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 dun. Find. Oh, there it is. Okay. Da, da, da. Again, just click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says live TikTok session giveaway, and we will get started. Hi, we are doing emotion code. Emotion code and body code. If you've never tried it, stick around because it's some good stuff. Okay, Kimberly Duncan. What does that mean? It's just energy healing. Are you going to do a session on yourself live? I can if you want to. Would you like to see that? Yay! Yay, yay, yay. All right. All right, let's do it. What are we working on with you? Yes, please. Yes. Oh, awesome. We can do that. Yeah, it's easy. Let's do the session for Kimberly first, and then I wrote it down, brain farts. I call them brain farts. It's like you lose track of your words, or like you lose your train of thought. Howdy, how's it going? All right, so, okay, we'll have a quick moment of silence and then we'll get started. Kimberly, what are we working on for you? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that? 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. Okay, connect this proxy for Kimberly. It sounds like people are doing fireworks outside. I have like anxiety and depression. Okay, if you were to pick one, which one would it be? Which one would it be? Anxiety or depression? I know they're very similar, but sometimes, yeah, anxiety. All right, and then an 8. Okay, let's do this. Connect this proxy for you. Yes. What is the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Terror. When did this 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Shock. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Man, there are not a lot of viewers on tonight. That is so weird. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion release now that is causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Creative insecurity. When did this occur? 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4. Age 24. We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Do we correct that? What's the biggest emotion release now that is causing this anxiety? Can I even out of 3? Crying. When did this 10, 20, age 20? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion release now that's causing this anxiety? Can I even out of 3? Crying. When did this 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? I actually need to write something down. The fireworks reminded me of something. I actually have a client who is like super, I guess they were super afraid of fireworks. I'm curious to see how they're doing actually. So I had to write that down. Anyways, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even, I don't know, 3. Confusion. When did this 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, age 17? We need to know more. Hi. Let's go ahead and release that. Genuinely asking. This is not for educational purposes. I mean, technically it is entertaining to watch, but it's legit. Like, it's legit. This is what I do for a living. Like, this is my job. What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Can I even out of 1, 3, 5? Blaming. When did this 10, age 10? We need to know more. It's just energy healing. I know some people, it's very new to people, so to come across a live like this and be like, what the heck are you doing? So it's totally understandable. All right, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Humiliation. When did this 10, 20, 30, 8, 7, 6, 5, age 25? Do we need to know more? So let's ask this. Kimberly, do you recognize any of these emotions? So many, I know for sure what they are about. I love that. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Okay, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around, give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah, that's where I'm at, but also fresh out of a cult, so trying to be open. Oh my gosh, please tell me which one. I have seen a lot of cult documentaries over the last 2 years because they are so fascinating. The reason why I say that is because I recently also got out of a religion. Sorry, hold on. Let's backtrack. Kimberly, on a scale of 1 to 10, after a really big deep breath, how do you rate the anxiety? I'm so sorry. That makes me so excited because I know exactly what you need to do for your healing journey. Oh, sorry. I'm geeking out here. Just the Baptist church, cool. No biggie. Okay. I recently left Mormonism or the LDS church. Or they're gonna they would make a big deal about this. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's anyways. So I love that you call it a cult though. So 5 or 6, my hands and feet are tingling. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. We'll do like a 5.5 for happy middle. So that's awesome. Going from 8 to 5.5. Yay! You know, I actually have to agree with you. Actually, oh baby. There is another group, they do polygamy, and they've had some documentaries on them. Holy crap. It reminds me of so much of the Mormon church, and like, don't get me wrong, I know that there's a lot of good people in it, and I know that's how every single organization can be, but anyways, we're just gonna leave it at that. It's so interesting. I find so many like religions, organized religions, so fascinating because like you don't know, like if you were born and raised in a church in that type of organization, like you don't know you're in a cult until like somebody actually like takes you out of it, points all of these things, looks at all the comparisons to other cults and all these other organizations, and it's crazy. So referred to it as a cult, but later realized it actually was. The definition of a cult is 99% of organized religion. I had no idea it was culty until my later 20s. See, okay, so this is another crazy thing, another thing people are waking up to how corrupt it is. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, there are so many good things about it, but there are also so many negative things about it that really are super damaging. Like I even like just barely leaving a couple years ago, like recently leaving, it was really hard for me to say like, yeah, I had religious trauma. You know, like it's so hard to say that. Scientology documentaries are crazy. I have not seen any of those documentaries. I've only seen the ones that are like FLDS and the movie that was made. Oh, what was it called? Under the Banner of Heaven. And then there's Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. Yeah, it's a lot. Deconstructing religion is a process. You know what they say? They say that for every 10 years that you're in a religion, it takes an entire year of deconstructing. So I was technically in it for almost 30 years. So that's like born and raised in it, but that's like 3 years, and I'm technically on coming up on my 3rd year. So yeah, like the damage of not knowing how to figure out what you even want or like. Oh, okay. This and again, no disrespect if you're LDS or you're religious or whatever, or Mormon. There's no disrespect here. It's just my experience. And my experience was after taking off the garments that I wore, Mormon underwear, I literally didn't know what underwear to wear. Like I didn't know what size, I didn't know what kind I wanted, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm like, crazy. My roots are Mormon poly. Can the belief code help someone who left a cult? Abso-freaking-lutely. That's actually one of the reasons why I was so excited about it, because there are so many different beliefs that have to do with God or a higher power. I know a lot of people become very like atheist. Okay, crap, I can't remember how I feel about it. But anyways, there's so much to unpack there. I didn't know what size jeans to wear because of all the skirts. That makes so much sense. Because you've only ever sought God's will, aka the most miserable things possible. I cannot tell you how true that. Okay, yeah, there's so much. So on the belief code, there's like 7 different sections, because they're technically within like the chakras. They're doing it by chakra rather than like, anyways. So if you were to go into like divine, there's like faith, God, purpose, success, higher self, and forgiveness. So it's almost like combining all of like some like religious and then also some like higher self, like not science, spiritual. So it's like a little bit of religion, a little bit of spiritual, and then obviously you can switch out God for like the universe or whatever if you want to replace positive beliefs. Or sorry, I'm geeking out here, but there's so much that you can kind of go into, like this. Okay, so the first one that pops up, the first one that I looked at, it was I am alone. So like that right there, it's just like holy crap, like being in religion made me feel super alone. But then also I also believed that God hated me, or God hated different parts of me, because I was taught like, do not show your shoulders, do not show your midriff, cover up your legs, like you can't wear that. And I like, God is disappointed in me, God will never forgive me. Like, no, those are negative beliefs. Oh, sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, but like, God doesn't care. No, the app is not free, and you cannot have access to the belief code unless you're certified or getting certified in the belief code. I'm sorry. But anyways, just because there's a whole bunch of beliefs. I'm sure you could go like look up different. I know, I would feel the same way, but I bet there's a whole bunch of beliefs that you could totally go look for on the interwebs, and search different negative beliefs about God or about the divine, a higher power, the universe, whatever you want to do that. So thank you. And or you can also have a session with me. I'm more than happy, more than happy to release a whole bunch of stuff. Like I've already done a lot of it for myself. But like I said, I'm still deconstructing. I'm still kind of in the middle of, thank you for the follow. But I'm still in the middle of like straight up deconstructing, because sometimes when I like listen to podcasts, or I have a few friends that have a podcast about like deconstructing and going over like Mormon religion, sometimes they say something and it's like, oh, finally, I don't have to believe that. Or I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm super excited about it. So anyways, how many years removed are you? Not sure how to word that. I have been out of the church for exactly 3 years today. Or 2 years. Sorry, 2 years. 2 years. Maybe not to the day. To the month, though. To the month. I think it was July of 2022 is when we booked it out of there. Luckily, my husband came with me and left. I'm really grateful that we were able to do it together. But there's so much to unpack there. But you know what's so interesting? There is, if you're, and I don't know if it would, thank you. It says, good for you. You are a light this world needs. I appreciate that. But anyways, there's this, if you're LDS or Mormon, there is this PDF that you can go download for free. It's called the CES letter. And it's so fascinating because it's like this guy had so many questions that nobody was answering. So he put it all into this letter, trying to send it to like the church, and he never got a response. To this day, he's still never gotten a response, but it's like all of his questions about like the Book of Mormon and like all of these questions that he had about like different religions, about why is this way and not this way. And then he also talked about Joseph Smith's like polygamy. It's a lot, but and it's basically like him debunking everything about the church. And I read it. That's like one of the first things, like as I was reading it, I was like, why did I not see this? And then like once you step back and you're like, I'm in a cult. Anyways, so wow, that's pretty cool. I should figure out my date. Sorry for taking over your life, but thank you. No, you're not taking it over. I absolutely anything. Who was that again? I don't remember his name. I think it's like Jeremy Reynolds. It's red with black. Let me see if I can cesletter.org. It's awesome. Here, I'll show you. It's going to be backwards, but just that, and you can get it for free. Oh, they even put it in a paperback form. How exciting. I just did it on my phone, but curious, after having emotions released, can physical signs pop up? Just have a heaviness? Yeah, I would. Okay, a couple of things if that happens. I would recommend going outside, putting your feet in the grass or hugging a tree, and I'm being serious about that. Something about nature allows you to kind of like flush your body energetically, and then making sure that you're drinking plenty of water. And then also the best way to describe this is it's kind of like breathing through the heaviness. So the analogy here is if, oh, I hope he's okay. Anyways, the analogy here is like when you have like a pain or like a heaviness or an emotion, sometimes you know how in karate where like they have the board and they like chop through it? Well, they actually teach not to just chop to it, but to chop through it. Does that make sense? And so that's like the best advice I can give as far as like if you have like that heaviness, is breathing through it and kind of like moving it with your energy. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, so definitely recommend that. All right. Hi, what's up? Okay, come here. I love you. They saw your hand. That's awesome.
Maybe they can see my face.
No. Okay. It's process. Yes. And it is definitely processing. Sometimes people become very emotional. Sometimes, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. So I would, again, just breathe through it. The best way to describe it is like letting go, like letting it go, there's another word for that. Embracing it. Embrace it. Just embrace the emotions, embrace the sensations, the tingling, just let go. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if there's a lot of energy just shifting inside of your body right now, because sometimes it's kind of like an avalanche. You know, start it and then like a whole bunch of stuff is like shifting and changing. Ooh, I like that analogy. I just thought of that. All right. You said, Taylor said, can you tell your first personal experience of believing in this, knowing it's legit? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, so the very first session that I had personally, and I'll do it for myself on here so that you can see, you can actually do it for yourself. But the very first experience that I had, I was 6 or 7 months pregnant with my second baby. And I was, for some reason, like obviously a lot of the symptoms that people feel during pregnancy is very normal. But for me, it was like getting to the point where it was starting to become extreme. But just this one symptom, it literally felt like I could not breathe. Like I was able to breathe, but I felt like I was just not getting any oxygen to my brain or to my body. And it was just like, I literally was sitting there and I was like, I can't breathe. Like I just wasn't getting oxygen. It was so, so annoying and kind of scary at the same time. However, so my husband's aunt did this in another energy healing technique called the body talk or body emotion code, body code, and all of that. But she did the session for me over the phone or Zoom, and literally within, I want to say, 5 minutes of the session, as she was like releasing stuff, I was like, I can breathe. I can breathe. And like I could feel like the oxygen actually getting into my body. And I was like, finally, it was the craziest thing. And then the second session that I remember that literally, because like at that time I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like I totally wish I could do this for myself, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't really understand that I could. I was like, oh, you have to get certified in order to do it. But anyways, and then the second session that I had, it was actually for my son, the same baby that I was pregnant with. This baby, he is like, what, 7 years old now? Anyways, so he was an angel baby as a newborn. And then all of a sudden, like something happened and shifted and changed. And he was very colicky, very like crying all the time. But it was so interesting. It was like between 5 and like midnight. So he was like crying for like 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. Anyways, a long time. And it was like up until the night, sometimes even later, like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like bouncing him, trying to feed him. Like there was no consoling him. And it was like weeks into it. I was like, probably almost months. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but I did, I was like, I cannot take this anymore. I'm done, because I was the only one that could take care of him, because my husband had to sleep so that he could go to work and provide for us. But I was like, I'm so fed up with this. I can't take this anymore. So I asked my husband's aunt to do a session for him. And I text her. I was like, listen, I'll pay you anything you want. Just please do a session for me as soon as possible. Or please do a session for my little boy as soon as possible. And she's like, I can't do it right now, but I can do it, via email or text message. Like she'll do the session and then write it all down and send it to me. And literally, I think it was during his time where he's like super like inconsolable, and he was just crying. He stopped crying, and not even 3 minutes later, I get a text message with what she just released. And that is exactly when I became a believer. And I was like, I don't know what you did, but he's not crying anymore. He doesn't cry like he used to. It's not perfect. He's still kind of fussy, but not inconsolable and like colicky or whatever you want to call it. And at that point, I knew, I was like, I have to get certified. I have to do something, because whatever you did to me, whatever you did to my baby, I need to learn how to do it so that I can keep healing. Anyways, So that was the second time that I ever had an interaction with it, with that specific modality. I had done other previous modalities before, but this one like really stuck out to me, and it was just like literally life changing. And then so I went to her. I was like, listen, I don't know like what I need to do. Can you please give me information on how to get certified? Because like I'm gonna have to save up, because I know a lot of certifications can be very expensive. But I was like, I don't know like if I can even do this for my if I can even afford it. But I'm gonna try and save up to get certified, because there's a lot of stuff I realized that I need to heal from. Like a lot. Because at that time I was also trying therapy, and there's long story, we'll get into that later. But anyways, from that point on, I was like, we're doing it. And then so I asked her about it, and she's like, actually, you can actually start. This is like the best place to start. The best place to start is reading the Emotion Code book. Okay, this is the second version, but I read the other version first prior to this, but it's the same thing. So she's like, just read the Emotion Code book. It's by Dr. Bradley Nelson, forwarded by Tony Robbins, and it'll teach you how to do all of the basics of what I do. And I was like, okay, done. Tell me. I literally ordered it on Amazon that day, and or the next day, or when we got back from our vacation or whatever, or from a family reunion. I think that's what it was. But anyway, so I ordered the book on Amazon, and I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait. So I started reading the sample, because you know how on Amazon they give you a sample on Kindle where it's like, okay, I'm just reading the sample. And then I paid for the book and the digital version on Kindle, because I can't wait. I can't wait. So I have the digital version and the hard copy and the audiobook, which is so funny. But I started using this. I released my own heart wall. I did all the things. I literally it was after, as soon as I released my heart wall, it was a complete 180 with myself. And ever since then, I was like, I really want to get certified, because there's so many people that were going with that. There's just so many people in healing. Like I didn't realize how like crazy it was that like this literally opened my eyes to so many things. Like if you have this pain, then it's connected to this issue. If you have this pain, it's connected to this issue. If you have an issue with this organ, it's connected to this issue. And it's like, holy crap. And every single person in my life, I realized they need emotion code. They need emotion code. They need emotion code. So I was literally doing emotion code for everybody, for myself and for my husband, for my kids. And there was so much improvement in my life that I was like, okay, I have to get certified. So I did. And then 2020 came around after a few years of being certified. That's another story. But anyways, so let's get through these message. Hold on. So let's get, yes, I found going outside when the sky is really blue with fluffy clouds is calming for me. Yes. I love that. Oops. Hold on. Let's get through. Hi, Karen. How are you? That's amazing. Hi. It doesn't look like Elle is going to make it, and I hope she's sleeping, but she had no nightmares last night and she ordered the book. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Life-changing book. I got certified this year. How exciting. In the emotion code. I love that. Thyroid. Yes, I've worked on people's thyroid. So fascinating. So it's so interesting when you think about the thyroid. It actually, that's where your throat chakra is. And something that I have found is that people who have issues with their thyroid often feel either silenced or not heard. Life-changing, like, oh my gosh. And so like once you work on your thyroid, then it also helps you speak up for yourself. And there's also so many There's so many, there's so much there, but she told me to change her. She told me I changed her life by sending her to you. Yay! I love that. I love that so much. Do you practice? Awesome. So happy to hear that. Yay! I knew you were going to say that. Dang it. I'm trying to avoid it. You know what? I love TikTok so much. So much. It's crazy. It's crazy. And there's so many metaphysical things, like for example, like just that example of like having thyroid issues or parathyroid issues, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, like I even know somebody that had cancer from, I don't know if I can say that on here, but I know somebody that had cancer and she had to get her thyroid taken out, and understanding the way that she was raised, light bulb, like it was like she never felt like she had a voice, she can't stand up for herself. There's so much, there. So, oh, and then your gut, hold on, let me hurry and put these two together. So a lot of people that have anxiety also have gut issues or acid reflux or like irritable bowel syndrome, or like there's so many connections there. Does that make sense? So many connections. Thank you for sharing. I have another friend I'm trying to convince to do a session with. I can convince her. Listen, if you take the link in my bio, go.lightandhealing.com, if you send that website to them, all they have to do, it'll take them straight to my website and they can watch that video. The video explains like everything. Just be like, hey, just watch the whole thing all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Or at least like 90% of it. You don't have to watch the last 2 minutes. But just watching the entire video of like, because it's basically like a shortened version of the emotion code, just explaining what it is, how it works. There's also demonstrations on there, testimonials, all the things. She doesn't think she deserves to work on herself. No, you do. Anyways, so there's some, yay. Okay. That was a really long tangent. Thank you so much for opening up that can of worms, because I haven't talked about that for a while. So I'm going to have to like take all of that and post it. So anyways, so let's do a quick session for me, because these brain farts are real. Brain farts are real. So I'm going to show you again how easy it is to do sessions for yourself. It's just the same. So that was very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, I bet sharing would heal me further. I just don't want to be found by people I know. I totally understand. That. So you are describing me to a T: thyroid, depression, acid reflux, gut issues. Yeah. So another thing I like to talk about is the heart wall. So the heart wall it's like a 10 birds with one stone kind of a thing. It's actually the first thing that I like to go for is just releasing the heart wall as much as possible, or like as soon as possible, because it's like, if you have any of these 10 symptoms, then you probably have a heart wall: anxiety, depression, PTSD, low energy, fatigue, major health issues, foggy mission in life, relationship issues, so like giving and receiving love, and then abundance and wealth issues. If you have any of those 10 symptoms, then again, you just have a heart wall. And releasing the heart wall, emotion by emotion, typically gets rid of the symptoms, or it makes them a lot more manageable. So when we go through trauma or abuse, our body creates that wall, because it's like it's scooping up those emotions and placing layers over your heart, so just to protect it. So anyways, I can't wait to get settled in my new home so I can get with you spot many sessions. Yes, Beth, I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. Thank you for all the gifts. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's do a session for me. we're doing a session for me. And then I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more. Brain farts. So, brain farts. This is like experiencing one right now. We're just gonna energetically put the intention there. So just brain farts, losing track of my mind. Brain fog. Thank you. Brain fog. Okay. Quick moment of silence. All right. Can I act as proxy for me? My name is Kirsten. Yes. So how would I rate this? That is a good question. Like a 6 or a 7. I don't really know how to rate it because sometimes I'm good and then sometimes I'm not. Interesting. Okay. What is the biggest emotion release now that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? Maybe even out of 1 through 5. Terror. When did this 10, 20, 29 to 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Hyping my vibe. Oh my gosh, that is the best. I love that. Would you be okay if I share that about your session today? I have to write that down. Hyping my vibe. Sure. Okay. Let me finish this session, then I'll talk about that. What is the biggest emotion release that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? Maybe even 5. Unsupported. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24? Do we need to know more? Okay. Interesting. How old? That makes sense. Let's go ahead and release that. That was exactly 7 years ago. There was a lot happening then. What is the biggest emotion release that's causing this these brain farts or brain fog? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. There's that religious trauma. I think I know what that's about. That's interesting. What is the biggest emotion release that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? May even 1, 3, 5. Fear. When did this occur? 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, age 27. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 years ago. Interesting. Let's go ahead and release that. Ooh, did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now? That has to do with I know what that one is. Oh my gosh. Okay, that makes so much sense. Okay, what's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? May even out of 1 through 5. Fear. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? Maybe even 2. Helplessness. When did this 10, 20, 30, age 30? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. I actually know what that one's about. Oh, that one's... This is why I continue to do sessions for myself, because there has been a lot in the last year that's happened. And that is so interesting. I didn't think that was the word that it would come up as. But like now I think about it, it's like, oh, helpless. I was completely helpless. Or I felt like the feeling of helplessness. I love that. Okay, what's the biggest emotion release that's causing these brain farts or brain fog? Maybe even 5. Conflict. When did this 10, 20, 30, age 30? Do we need to know more? Ooh, release that. Did we correct? That was the biggest emotion we can release, and that's causing these brain farts and brain fog. Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, age 23? How old was I? Who was that? Age 23. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing these brain farts? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Unworthy. A lot of religious drama. Maybe age 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Age 21. We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Ooh, I know what that one's about too. I would totally share with you guys, but holy crap. There's a lot, there would be a lot of explaining to do, but what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing these brain farts and brain fog? Maybe even at 1. Heartache. When did this 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay. Powerless. Yes. I had no idea how to handle. I just cannot do it. Or it's like you just don't know what to do. Of death to my nervous system, and I don't know how to fix it. Yes, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I totally know what you mean. What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing these brain farts and brain fog? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this 10, 20, 20, 19, age 19? We need to know more. I know what that one's about. Has to do with relationships. Did we release that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with these brain farts and brain fog? I'm actually going to go into the body code. Worthless at age 19. I don't know what the heartache at age 16 is, though. I'd have to go back and look at that. I think that was a boyfriend. Yeah, that was a boyfriend. Okay, so hi Lisa, how are you? All right, what is the biggest imbalance we can release on that's causing these brain farts and brain fog? Energy. Broadcast message. I love broadcast messages. Maybe C 5. Okay, so broadcast messages are like, so if you have a broadcast message, it's like a vibe that you put off towards other people and then they unintentionally treat you that way. So for example, if you have a broadcast message of ignore me, then people unintentionally ignore you. It's kind of like, so this one specifically is punish me. So do we need to know more about this? No. The age and emotion is crazy to find out how long we carry it around with us. Yes, and you'll be surprised that there's actually inherited trapped emotions too, which is pretty cool. So releasing this punish me. Did we correct that? Because sometimes it like gets in your belief that you feel like you need to be punished, or like you're not good enough, or what's another one that's very common? I'm not good enough. No one cares. I am unlovable. Abuse me, attack me, kill my vibe. That's the other one I was going to talk to you guys about, which is so funny. I actually had a client, this is perfect time to talk about it. I had a client today and she said I could talk about it, but she has a boyfriend. I can't remember if it's a boyfriend or an ex. Anyways, she had a broadcast message of Kill Me, but it's an X, thank you. And it came up as me, Kill Me, but I was like, this seems a little bit too strong and not kind of, it's not the right vibe. So I was like, okay, it's more along the lines of like Kill My Vibe in a sense, where it's just like squash my vibe. You know, have you ever had those people who, you know, like without them, you're like, oh my gosh, we're having so much fun, like at a bachelor party or a baby shower or like just a get together, luncheon, brunch, like it's just so much fun. Things are going well. And then the person comes in and like they kill the vibe. They kill the vibe so bad. Like it's gone. Like I don't want to be here anymore. She had that. And it was like, unalive my vibe, like kill my vibe. And so we replaced it with hype my vibe. Hyping my vibe. Like hype me up type of feeling. Anyways, I just thought that was so interesting. So, all right, so we released Punish Me. So we're going to replace it with Reward Me or, yeah, Reward Me or Encourage Me, Love Me, Honor Me. All the good vibes. Okay. Perfect. Hey, I just want to let you know that I've had so much more motivation since you helped me in your life. Yay! Yay! That's amazing. I'm still freaked out about the pancreas thing. I know. That's so crazy. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. All right. Let's see. Do I have another? All right, my buddy wants to be done for now. So I'm just gonna move around. Give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it. Thank you, Karen. You're awesome too. I hope you know that. Thanks for letting me share that. All right. How do I feel? Interesting. I feel you're pretty, so accidentally didn't like you. Oh wait, your initial broadcast message was you're pretty, so I accidentally didn't like you, but now I love your soul. Thank you. Wait. Your initial broadcast message was you're pretty, so I accidentally didn't like you, but now I love your soul. That is so interesting. Like correct me if I'm like a jealousy. Hi Ryan, how are you? Yeah, I was gonna keep scrolling because you were too pretty. No, hold on. I want there. Let me see if there's a belief or a Let me see if there is one like intimidating. Yeah. Good. Aw, sorry to hear you're tired. Probably a long day of work. Because I want to release that. I want to release that broadcast message. Or like, I'm intimidating. Because that's the last thing I want. Is it more of like a... Fireworks. Fun. Fun. I love that. Intimidating. Regardless of what it is, we're going to release it. Ooh. Did we correct that? I find it so funny that I know that there's no, it's not you, LOL. It's me stereotyping pretty people as not being deep, and that's not fair. Oh, well, that's the thing. I try to work on myself as much as possible, because like the last thing I want is for people um, to judge me. And like this, there's no judgment here. Like I've had people have that. Like I've done it to other people where it's just like stereotyping certain people where it's just like, oh, they they're in a cult, they don't know what they're talking about. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, I know some people have a hard time approaching me, and I try to make myself as approachable as possible. So anyways, thanks for the compliment though. Anyways, okay, so the brain farts, brain fog. It's so interesting. I feel like it's still there. The number 3 keeps coming to mind, but I definitely feel like there's a lot of clarity and a lot of not empty space, but like a lot of movement now instead of like going down the slide and you're like skidding down. It's like more of like a smooth ride. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. But so all right. Let's do another session. My biggest issue is needing validation, especially from my mother. Oh. Yeah. Mother wounds are really hard. I am currently working on some of that, and it's kind of hard. It's really hard, especially when you're like, not that I'm ungrateful for the way that you raised me. There's just a lot of hurt feelings that I wish I could express without hurting your feelings, you know? So, and granted, there's a lot of things that, you know, a lot of moms can't do. And so, middle child syndrome is real. I know how you feel. Do you help with alcoholism? Yes, I've helped people with addictions. Samantha. Random, but I'm so curious. What is your sign? What my sign is? I think I'm a Gemini. And if you're into human design, then I'm actually a manifesting generator, if you know what that is. I love human design. I wish I could get certified in it. I wish I had the time and the mental space to like dive into that stuff because it's so fascinating. So fascinating. Like I love it so much. I love it so much. It's crazy. Me too. Yay. I love that. Samantha. I don't know. Is that like the 4-letter word or the 4 letters like personality test, I think? Hi, Erin. Is an alcoholic and needs help. I would love to help him. Yes, I think I know I'm an introvert. It's like J-I or I-J something. I don't remember. I doubt it's going to be in my notes. Personality test. Oh. It's not in here. I don't know where it's at. INFJ. That sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to mine. Pretty close to mine. He would never do this though. So I do have to say that here's the thing. I love helping people so much. But if the person is not willing to be open about it, then they're too closed off for me to work with. Does that make sense? So, like, we could totally try it, but I feel like they're not going to get the most out of it if they're not open. Does that make sense? So, but here's the thing, something that I would recommend if you want to help him as much as possible is I would send him the video that's linked in my bio. It's also on my YouTube channel. And if you go watch the video or send it to him, send him the website and say, hey, watch this 23-minute video. You only have to watch 22 minutes of it. Just kidding. But anyways, you get the idea. Have him watch it. And if he vibes with it, then schedule an introductory session with me for him, and or have him do it, whatever. And then I feel like people who are skeptical, the best thing that you could do is just try it. Just try it. So the introductory session is $39. And then I do have prices and packages beyond that. Because I usually have like a sequence of what people typically go through. So, releasing the heart wall, releasing courtings, if they're in like toxic relationships, going through broadcast messages, and there's just a lot. There's a lot. So it depends on like what issues you're dealing with. There are literally some people who are like, I just need like 1 or 2 sessions, then I'm good, and then there's other people who need like 6, 12, 24, 50 sessions. I actually have people who've had done a lot of sessions, but yeah, so I would say just give them the information and like plant that seed of like, okay, here's this information. Like, what do you think about it? I need 1 million. I know, me too. That's why I actually loved learning how to do it for myself. So like I could do like the majority of the work, and then the stuff that I couldn't personally get to, just have another practitioner do it for me. So it just made it a lot easier. Anyways, all right, moving on. Stephanie, are you here? It's either Stephanie or Samantha. Woo woo. If nobody wants a session, then I'm gonna go. Yes. Team Rick. Stephanie, welcome. If you'd like to get on be a guest on live, I would love to have you on here to learn. Can't wait till you make that video. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I need to do that. I need to finish my toxic relationship series first, and then I can do that. Maybe I should do that one first. Anyways, if you, Stephanie, what are we working on? Yes. Yay! Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me? I hope the internet's gonna cooperate tonight. Do. Ruh-roh. Hello? My phone is acting weird. I can hear you. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect and then we're gonna do it one more time. It's 1 a.m. I gotta sleep, but thank you again for the unexpected dose of connection on TikTok. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I love that. I would actually love to hear your story. There's actually some people I would recommend listening to as far as a podcast. There's 2 of them. Mormon Stories. Mormon Stories is such a good one. And then they have a really big following about like he has so many episodes. Anyways, and then I would also recommend Faith Unraveled. Faith Unraveled. She's also here on TikTok, Faith Unraveled. Actually, they're both here on TikTok. But those two are my favorite people to listen to. So I think it's the internet. It's freezing. Okay, that's okay. We don't have to have you on. I just like it because it's more fun to interact that way. But anyways, all right, this is gonna be the last one for tonight because I need to, yay, I'm so happy for you. Because I need to go to bed because I have stuff in the morning. So let's see, I'll check them out. You're welcome. Thanks for being on here. All right, Stephanie, what are we working on for you? Okay, what about your health? Can we get a little bit more specific than that? Is that okay? What about your health are we working on? So we can work on a specific symptom. So we can go with like physical, so like headaches, back pain, trying to detox. Can we do something that's a little bit more measurable for today? So like a physical pain or a discomfort or like an issue. Yeah, a physical. So like so like a pain in your stomach or abdomen or discomfort or tiredness, lack of motivation. What else is physical? Anxiety. We can do anxiety. Is that what you want to work on? Anxiety. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate it? 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the most severe. Anxiety. Okay, let's do that. So on a scale of 1 to 9, that's really high. Okay, we'll have a quick moment of silence and we'll get to it. Oh, interesting. I also forgot to mention, I was feeling like things shifting in my head earlier. I don't know if that is relevant now, but anyways, so let's ask, what's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Terror. When did this reach 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Do we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Creative insecurity. When did this reach 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Do we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Terror. When did this reach 10 to 9, 8, 7, age 7? We need to know more. Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 1, 3, 5. Unsupported. When did this reach 10, 20, 29, 18, 17, 16, age 16? Do we need to know more? Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even out of 3. Confusion. When did this occur? for the age of 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, age 16. We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Are you recognizing any of these emotions by chance? Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Worthless. When did this 10, 20, age 20? We need to know more. Yes. Awesome. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Maybe even 2, 4, 6. Jealousy. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, age 22? We need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that has to do with this anxiety? Can I even 3? Rejection. When did this 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, age 24? You need to know more. Okay. Let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? What's the biggest emotion we can release now that's causing this anxiety? Okay, go ahead and stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders around, move your neck around, give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Awesome. And then take a really big deep breath, full inhale. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that anxiety? We are doing emotion code. You're welcome. What would you say the anxiety is at? Yay! From a 9 to a 5. That's awesome. Did I just her name is Stephanie and we worked on anxiety. So we just took her anxiety from a 9 to a 5. Emotional coaching, close. It's called Emotion Code. It's by Dr. Bradley Nelson. I'm personally certified in the Emotion Code, Body Code, and Belief Code in all 3 of their certifications. But if you're interested in more information, you can go click on the link in my bio and watch the video, or you can read the book by Dr. Bradley Nelson, forwarded by Tony Robbins. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I personally believe it's way, way more effective than therapy. Like I tried therapy and I feel like I was just like in the therapy sessions, I felt like I was like just reliving everything. And it was very disheartening. So yeah, I 10 out of 10 recommend Emotion Code because you don't have to relive it. You don't have to think about it. You can just identify the emotions, the ages, and then move on. And that's it. So, I mean, if you want to go back and look and be like, oh, I know what that's from, or, kind of dissect it, but obviously it's not necessary. So, yay. Thank you so much for being here. Do you guys have any other questions for me before I leave? I don't plan on getting on tomorrow because I have family coming into town. And I'm so grateful I got on tonight because there are so many brand new people that came in and yay! Yay, yay, yay. I freaking love every single one of you guys. You guys are amazing. Yes, happy 4th to you guys too. Thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you in a few days. Bye. Thank you. You